Hey, it's Cassie from Curry Honda in Chicopee. You're listening to the Bax And Nagle podcast on Rock 102. Come see us at Curry Honda for the best selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. Experience the best at Curry Honda. Thanks for listening.
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 5:34. And ZZ Top with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It's going to be mix of sun and clouds today with a high of 82. Tomorrow, rain showers with a high of 75. It is 56 right now in downtown Springfield.
Man, there's loads of great stuff coming up this morning.
All right.
You're going to have to take my word for it.
You're going to tell me about it, or are we just going to muddle through like we usually do?
Well, I have some tickets to give away to see Dwayne Betts of the Hope Center for the Arts in Springfield. I don't know if you know if you've seen that place. That's the old City Stage.
Yeah.
They have redone it, and it's phenomenal.
Dwayne Betts.
Dwayne Betts.
There you go.
So we have that, and we have other things today, too.
Yeah, we'll talk about Spain and the big win.
Yes.
Yesterday.
Yes. Big day yesterday. That and so much more. It's Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. Let's do Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 5:51. And Pearl Jam with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Mix of sun and clouds today with a high of 82. It's 56 in downtown Springfield.
Hollywood Trash is brought to you by Western Mass Masons. Call them for all your foundation and chimney needs.
Somehow you still care about what's happening in Hollywood. So, from Tinseltown, 3,000 miles away, it's Steve Nagle's Hollywood Trash.
Let's see. The first ever FIFA World Cup halftime show featured Madonna, BTS, Justin Bieber, Shakira, Burna Boy, Chris Martin, and more.
The Muppets.
Yeah, and nobody did a collab on Waka Waka. Nobody did that.
I don't understand that. I really don't. And actually, I thought the Muppets were the most convincing performer there.
I would agree. The entire performance lasted over 11 minutes, leaving each artist with only 1 or 2 minutes in the spotlight. Fans flooded social media with criticism, calling the show a mess, pointless, and saying it felt choppy and overcrowded. Because that's exactly what I want to watch the World Cup for, is the halftime show.
Well, I don't know if you watched it. But to me, one of the most perplexing parts of it was, in the middle of all of this, Tom Cruise spoke and talked about how football brings us all together. He then handed out Scientology leaflets to everybody there at the Meadowlands.
I mean, what better place to do that?
It's a great way to recruiting new members.
Proselytize as soon as you're done giving your message of hope. And by the way, you can join us. We're having an ice cream social next week. You think they have like a Scientology ice cream socials?
I think that's a good way of bringing people in, new faces. You know, people who might be willing to ignore all the reasons you gather just for the ice cream. I know I would.
Well, good for him. I'm glad he's sticking by that whole thing.
Yes, it's a great selling point.
They just performed. Shakira closed the show while Madonna, BTS, and Justin Bieber performed one song. The production also featured appearances by the Muppets, Jason Sudeikis as Ted Lasso, Ronaldo. Ronaldo was in there too.
Of course.
Yeah.
One of the biggest names in soccer.
Man, you know what? I didn't see it. I just watched some of the highlights of it on the Tiki-Takis, but that was about it.
I watched the whole damn thing, Steve, and it was bracing.
And I disagree with Tom Cruise that it brought everybody together, because I forgot that it was even happening yesterday.
Well, then you are in no danger of becoming a Scientologist.
I was like, oh man, I forgot to check the BetMGM app to see which one had the favorite yesterday. I probably would have won if I would have put my money on Spain. I've never bet on Spain, but I kind of like their music.
I hear the women are insane there, and they really know how to use it.
Oh, it's crazy. You have no idea. No idea. Toy Story 5 has earned $958.4 million worldwide in just a month. The Pixar sequel is now only $41.6 million away from reaching the $1 billion mark. The film has made $430.9 million domestically and $527.5 million internationally. It currently ranks as the third highest grossing movie of 2026. And the sequel holds a 92% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes and an A cinema score from audiences.
Not to put you through the test, but who did better than that?
I don't know.
It was the third best. Who were the other two?
I always have issues with these numbers anyway because the price of a movie ticket has skyrocketed since they started doing these stats.
It's true.
Do they have? I don't even know if they have stats of movies that based on inflation. You know, I mean, you think about like The Wizard of Oz probably got, you know.
Well, at the time, The Wizard of Oz was kind of like a box office failure. But if you're talking about Gone with the Wind,
yeah, Gone with the Wind. All right,
then there's an example of a movie that if you applied today's economic standards would still be the all-time biggest movie of ever. But yeah, you're right. They were charging 50 cents to go see the film.
I don't know if it would be the biggest movie ever. I have my money on Tango and Cash. That would be
that was a good one.
That would be, or Turner and Hooch.
I always thought Encino Man should have done a whole lot better.
You know what? Pauly Shore really didn't. He should have won Best Actor that year.
It was his best role.
And Brendan Fraser should have won Best Supporting Actor.
Yeah, but he had to wear a fat suit before he wound up winning an Oscar.
What? Yeah. What a tragedy that was. That he had to wait that long. God.
There's so many great performances.
Oh, man. What about, I don't know, what other movie would be worthy of up to the test against Gone with the Wind?
Soul Man was a good one.
Soul Man?
Right, that was a good one.
What was his name?
Not Anthony Michael Hall. It was another guy with 3 names.
The guy who put on blackface to do an entire movie?
Yes.
And said, hey, this'll pass for funny in the 80s.
And Tropic Thunder hopped on that bandwagon.
Yeah, actually, I just watched that yesterday. Well, I watched bits and pieces of it yesterday, but it's so funny that you said Tropic Thunder should have been the one that won. Let's see. Man, there's all these World Cup stories. It's like it's political and World Cup stories. We already talked about the World Cup, the halftime show.
Then don't worry about it.
I'm trying to see grunge icon Jennifer Finch. You know Jennifer Finch?
Yeah, this is sad.
She unfortunately is dead at the age of 59 after aggressive brain cancer. Artists like Tom Morello, Garbage, Violet Grohl, and Courtney Love are paying tribute to her impact on the music world. L7 bandmates remembered Finch as a beloved friend and troublemaker, while Morello described her as a key figure in the LA rock community. Finch's bass work helped drive L7's breakthrough album Bricks Are Heavy back in 1992, solidifying the band's place in the alternative rock scene of the early 1990s.
And ironically, their biggest hit, Pretend We're Dead.
No, that's weird.
I know.
That's really weird.
That's a great band. That's a really very sad story. 59, way too young for that stuff.
It's crazy how many people are getting like these horrible cancers, before the age of 70. Typically it had been, okay, well, that's something, not that it's good anyway, but it's like something that somebody would get.
But after a certain age, you kind of expect that some bad things may happen to people.
Yeah.
Not at 59.
Kim Kardashian has turned up the heat in her sultry brown latex halter look.
Really? Well, she was had something to say.
Who's wearing latex in 110-degree heat?
I have no idea.
Oh, my God. The last time I turned up the heat was when Ray J gave me a case of the Cooter Cooties from his PP Pepper Jack and that sex tape you can purchase on YouPorn for $39.95.
Caitlin?
Well, we had a great weekend of movies. You and your mother and I had a great weekend of movies over the weekend. Nice, relaxing. First, we saw how Stella got her tube packed. Tucker, A Man and His Cream.
What else did you see?
Well, we finished off the night with the Shakespearean classic A Midsummer Night's Cream.
Nothing beats the classics.
Two cream movies in one night? What is this, amateur hour? And that is your Hollywood trash on Rock 102. Ugh.
And now, Bax's View from the Couch. Brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, your grilling destination. Weber, Big Green Egg, Uni Pizza Ovens, and Traeger Woodfire Grills.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Folks, if you had told me on Friday, July 3rd, that the Red Sox are about to match the second longest winning streak in team history, I would have suggested you ease up on the crack pipe and reconsider what seemed to be a total disregard for the limits of rational thought. And yet, here we are, July 20th, and the Red Sox are about to kick off a 3-game series at home against Baltimore, followed by another 3-game series against Toronto on Friday night. That's 2 more homestands against the sudden 2 worst teams in the American League East. Ironic, huh? Oh, you bet. You see, it was not that long ago when the Red Sox had the worst record in the division. Now it's those other guys, and the Red Sox are about to face both of them in back-to-back series after just sweeping the first-place Tampa Bay Rays yesterday with a 6-1 win at Fenway. This means that the Red Sox are currently on a 13-game winning streak. That is the second longest winning streak in team history since July of 1948, which I should point out was about 78 years ago. The Sox could potentially tie their longest winning streak tomorrow night and match the franchise record at 15 straight, which is a team record that has stood since June of 1946. And without trying to get involved in any complicated math, that's a record that's been sitting around the place for the last 80 years. Now, I will warn you that throughout the course of baseball's long and storied history, every winning streak on record has eventually come to an end. That includes the 1960 New York Giants, who cracked out 26 wins 110 years ago, which means that if the Red Sox were to beat the all-time record, they would have to win every game until Tuesday, August 4th. That means not only beating Baltimore and Toronto at home, but also sweeping the A's, the Dodgers on the road until they come back home and take the all-time record against the Chicago White Sox. Sound unrealistic? It is. But so is thinking the Red Sox will be 2 games above 500 and in contention for a wild card spot by the 20th of July. In other words, I'm not going to discount anything at this point because apparently anything is possible. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. Is it too late to plant? Heck no, not when plants cost 75% off at Rocky's. So get the Rockies and get the flowering plants to doll up the place. Plant and patio right on the ground. Get them now, 75% off while they last at your neighborhood Rocky's Ace Hardware. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch. And AC/DC with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It's going to be a mix of sun and clouds today with a high of 82. Tomorrow, rain showers with a high of 75. It's 56 right now in downtown Springfield. So weekend. You had a long weekend. I had a long weekend.
You know, can I just make a quick point that I think I need to say to some people?
Sure.
So I posted that we were taking the day off. We are entitled to a certain amount of vacation time, and I had some guy say to me, "What the f? You just got back from vacation a little while ago, and you're off again on Friday." Now, I understand that people's entire lives revolve around this show because of its extraordinary importance. But we're just filling our obligation with the allotted vacation time that our company provides. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. We both have 4 weeks of vacation we need to burn, plus sick days and personal days. And isn't there bereavement days? So if somebody dies, then we can take 2 of those.
If you're lucky.
Yeah, I know, right? That one year I was like, man, rolling them one right after another.
I'll tell you what, that one year you had no idea how lucky you had it.
I had 8 days of bereavement leave, which was amazing.
And by day 7, you are practically over it, and so everything was fine. But, you get 20 days. It's not even 4 weeks. You got to work here 13 years to get 20 days. So if I take a day or you take a day, or God forbid we happen to take the same day off, all of a sudden, there are certain people who just lose their ever-loving mind that, oh, my God, what's just happened?
Well, because you have to remember, Bax, we're the only thing left. This is everything else is just garbage being spewed across these airwaves. And so, when we're not here live, that can upset some people.
Well, there is that one morning show that claims the number one show in town, but that's amongst, middle-aged Amish woman over the age of 41.
It's very specific.
Very specific.
But yeah, people are a little busy about it. I just want to go back to a couple of sentences ago. the bereavement leave where you just said you get kind of tired after, and I'm thinking, how many of these like after parties can you go to and be like, I would rather just be back at work at this point.
You know, for some people, work is all the therapy they need.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you could sit around the house looking at all those frozen lasagnas in your freezer. It's like, boy, that was really nice of all these people, but I'm into day 2 and I'm already sick of lasagna.
I know, but you could get, if you played your cards right, you know, you could get some good meals.
Yes.
You start being like a junior soprano who just starts going to all these wakes and like, what about looking them up in the newspaper? I think I might know that guy. Let me go see it. And then they have chicken parm or chicken piccata.
Oh, yeah, it's
for
good.
The thing.
There's no question about it.
You can skip the whole funeral service and just go right to the wake. Oh yeah, I was there at the cemetery.
Oh, you didn't see me? I was sitting in the back row behind a post.
Yeah, I couldn't quite make it all the way up to the gravesite.
I was too busy parking cars for the elderly who were there.
I think we're on to something here. You can get free meals.
You know, there have been, you've had your bereavement. There have been a couple of bereavement breaks I've had to take over the years. It's the circle of life. But when we take a day, I got to tell you something.
People freak out.
The bereavement time, vacation time, personal time, medical time, whatever it is, our policy is slightly better than the person that passed along.
That's true.
Think about that.
Yeah, it very much so.
You think you're inconvenienced now by our missing a Friday morning? Well, it could be worse.
Listen, if you really can't get enough of us, there's a $20 dinner and a comedy show each and every Thursday night. And
once a month, you got the Agawam Cinema Show,
which was a great show, by the way, over the weekend.
I'm sure it was.
Mike Hanley, this guy's a pro. Yeah, we probably had about 80 people in there on Friday night.
That's a good crowd.
It was very good, and he killed it. I mean, he's just a natural. He's been doing it for so many years that he just can naturally draw in a crowd with these stories that he tells, and he's very good at it. And it's it's inspiring in a way because you watch somebody like that, and you're like, wow, I wish I could be able to deliver something like that, or kind of learn from someone like that. So it was pretty neat. Great show at the Agawam Cinemas. And then Saturday night, we did the French Social Club of Hartford.
Really?
In Vernon, Connecticut.
Was there some sort of interpreter there so that all the French-speaking people who were in the show could understand the jokes?
I have a big complaint. I didn't see one beret, and I didn't see one of them long cigarettes. Not one. And the place kind of reminded me of Mingles a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, it was like the decor inside was very nostalgic, if you will.
Like nostalgic Parisian type of thing, or
no, nostalgic. Like, hey, we just found this thing out in the parking lot. Let's put it up on the wall.
I see.
Yeah, that kind of thing. And it's got this dilapidated eagle on the outside. Like way high in the air, probably about 30 feet in the air,
so that the French people below couldn't reach it.
I think it used to be called it was some other bar. They were telling us it was some other bar that it used to be called.
I see.
But we sold that place out. That was a damn good time. There's a lot of people. That's the thing. Marty was right about like reaching these other people in these other locations who listen to this show. And the place was packed with Bax and Nagle fans.
Yeah, of course.
In there. And it was a good time. It was a great crowd. And
well, listen, I think anytime you're going to like low population areas like Westfield and Agawam, I think you're doing pretty good.
Yeah, low. You just got to set the bar low, and then you'll get high.
Yeah, right. Of course. I mean, if you're going to places like Otis or Dalton, I mean, you might get big crowds there. You never know.
Mike the Lawn Guy hosted, and
at the French Club.
Yeah, he did a great job. And then we went over with him afterwards and had barbecue at this Mike's Barbecue in Vernon.
How was that?
It was pretty good. They had trash can nachos.
Oh, yeah, that's the best way to serve them.
And then we'll have to talk about Marty when he comes in here about how he had one piece of jalapeno and then broke into the sweats. And then he telling me, do you understand now why I take so long picking things from the menu? I mean, it's like an old couple going to dinner. Like everywhere we go, every time I go out with him, it's like it's.
Why don't you just tell the waitress, excuse me, this 50-year-old man would like to order from the kids menu.
He should order from the kids menu. And I didn't even do the joke about the Subway shop. You know, the thing where he was taking his time with the menu. Because he said, I was waiting for you to do the bit because I had already looked at the menu of the barbecue place that we were going to go to after the show with Mike the Lawn Guy.
Right.
And he didn't. He chose wisely. The jalapeno was an accident.
I see.
It was one of those things where he didn't mean to eat it.
He just
didn't
flick it off.
He went into what do they call that? Something shock. What do they call that? Epileptic shock. Or
whatever. That's what it is.
Yeah, is that what it is,
yeah,
or something?
right.
I don't know. I'm saying it wrong, but whatever. But we are like two like old men. Going, I can't eat this. It'll give me the squirts later.
The day one of you says, I can't eat such rich portions, that's when you know you've reached a certain age.
Oh, look at all of those fries. There's so many fries. I'm going to take some of these home from my granddaughter.
You know, years ago, I took a picture. I was at Bernie's Dining Depot in Chicopee, and I ordered it wasn't even the conductor's cut. I think it was like the queen cut, like the second in command on the caboose. And I took a picture of this gigantic piece of meat, and I posted it. I said, how the hell am I supposed to eat all those green beans? And it was like this little spot of like 5 green beans in a tiny bowl.
And the sides at that place were not the good stuff. The good stuff. The whole place was based off of those cuts of meat. All the rest of that stuff was canned vegetables and whatnot. But it was just kind of like, oh, this is just a little decoration we're putting on the side.
This is to not make you feel so guilty for just getting a 5-pound chunk of meat.
Yeah, I told you, there's the table. The whole rail car is up in Chester now.
Yeah.
You can go revisit it. They still have the tables with the advertising.
All the business cards underneath?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Imagine picking out one of the realtors on that thing. I'm sorry, you look different without au jus all over your face.
It's 624 on Rock 102. It's 627 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Liam should have the full forecast for you.
The Rock 102 Wing Thing is coming back on Saturday, August 22nd at the Young Building in Eastern States Exposition Grounds, brought to you by Aqua Pump and Dave Miner Exterior Home Improvements. Tickets are on sale now at rock102.com. Your admission includes parking, wings of all kinds, the hors d'oeuvres, yard games, live music from Now That's 90s, plus adult beverages for sale. It's the Wing Thing, tossed and sauced by Log Rolling Catering. Saturday, August 22nd at the Young Building at the Eastern States Expo, part of the Classic Rock Summer on Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock.
All right, you ready to laugh?
Yes.
Let's laugh.
It's Bax and Nagle's Joke of the Day
I'm funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you,
on Rock 102,
I make you laugh.
Springfield's Classic Rock.
Traffic alert. Road hog. There is a potato chip truck that has crashed. They're in the middle of cleaning that up. It is blocking the roadway. Expect delays.
I like delays.
Yeah, you get it? Yeah, you see it?
It's Bax.
Oh, come on,
come
damn it. Where the
on.
hell is a
Everything was
stupid
going so
potato?
well.
There you go.
Bax and Nagle in the morning on Rock 102.
632 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news brought to you by Jordan's Furniture. What's better than new furniture in your home? Not waiting for a tax-free weekend to get it. And right now, Jordan's saving 15% off everything, and we're at 60 months financing with no interest. Here's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. A portion of Elm Street in East Longmeadow was closed Saturday afternoon due to a motor vehicle crash. The East Longmeadow police stated on Saturday afternoon that Elm Street was closed between Spite, Arden, and Brook Street due to a single car accident. The driver sustained serious injuries as a result of that crash. The road has since reopened. I'm sorry, I thought there was more detail on that, but
Well, the road is now open.
what am I going to expect out of that? Yesterday, I'm driving down 91 early yesterday morning. My kid did a softball thing in East Hartford, and it's like 7:15 in the morning, 7:30, and 2 crashes in Windsor, multiple cars. It was crazy. They closed the entire highway off on the northbound side, and we saw, and they were doing that whole survey, like measurement survey thing. Mm-hmm. That means that somebody got seriously injured in that crash, and you could see the one car hanging up on the side of the guardrail.
Oh boy!
And that was one accident scene. And then maybe a quarter of a mile down the highway, there was another multi-car crash. So that's why they had closed the whole highway off and were diverting people off of that Windsor exit to get off. So I have no idea. There was no details on that. I think Channel 3 had saying that there was just a traffic backup, but there was no other details as to what happened. So
not to make everything all about me, but I was almost involved in a very serious accident yesterday, too.
What happened?
So on the Mass Pike, right? I'm driving west, and once I got to like the Charlton rest stop, I pulled over and barely made it to the men's room. That's how dangerous it. I mean, we were like talking like fractions of seconds.
That could be an accident.
It could have been awful.
Yeah.
And I don't know what kind of backup could have resulted in all of this, but there would have been serious delays.
So
in my arrival home.
I'm glad that didn't happen to you. Yeah, I'm glad you didn't have to turn the car mat upside down in order to...
I never thought of that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
To keep yourself from leaking all over the seat.
Yes. Never thought of that. That's a very... Next time I'm on the Pike.
And
I'm caught in a race against time.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do.
Well, listen, you ever want to warm yourself up a little bit? It gets a little chilly sometimes with that air conditioning on.
I mean, it was either act or that's it. We're done here.
Yeah, and you can just put that mat upside down and go, ooh, it's got a little bit warmer in here, didn't it?
I wonder if Yosemite Sam is feeling it the same way.
Now, I'm sure your wife wouldn't want to be in the same car when you did something like that.
I was driving alone.
Yeah, okay. I was going to say, don't have anybody else in the car with you when you're doing it.
Never.
Speaking of which, my kid got her permit on Friday.
Wow.
Passed the test.
Very nice.
And only got like 2 or 3 wrong out of the thing. You're allowed to get like 7 wrong.
That's pretty good.
And the test, I didn't realize this. I said, did you get through all 25 questions? She goes, the test ends as soon as you reach the threshold of whatever the correct amount of answers is. They don't make you go through the entire test. The 25 is only there in case you miss. You can miss up to 7 or something of them. So she gets it. We get in the car. I didn't let her drive away from the East Hampton RMV. Just because we haven't really had a lot of experience in
and East Hampton, and the RMV is in a fairly
busy area.
Sure,
so we get out to the country roads back home to Huntington, and then I pull the car over and I go, "All right, let's go." She did great. She did really good.
That's awesome.
And it's very high anxiety. Being in a car where you're trying to explain things on what to look for and how to, and she's doing everything correctly. The speed limit, speed, 35 miles an hour. She's like, maybe between 35 and 40 kind of thing. But the amount of people that ride your ass in situations like that, and it's like she's going the speed limit. I don't know why do you feel the need to just ride on somebody's bumper?
If you had the sign, student driver.
I'm actually thinking about getting one of those, like the magnetic sticker, to just write on the back the student driver or whatever. Because
to be honest, it probably is not a bad idea for any kid that hasn't officially gotten their license.
Yeah.
Any kid with a learner's permit to have that option, to have like a vinyl sticker on your car. You take it on, take it off.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Because I've been in situations where I've been behind somebody like that, in a driver ed car. And it's like, whatever, you're not going to get there any faster to where you're going by being a dick and tailgating a student driver car.
Yeah, you're making the kid nervous, which makes them a less functional driver.
People are just jerks.
They are, Steve.
A Holyoke woman, speaking of jerks, was arrested after police discovered an illegal firearm, multiple drugs, and a puppy left in a hot vehicle. I could dismiss all of that.
But the puppy?
But the puppy in the vehicle, you got a serious problem leaving the puppy in the car.
Yeah.
The Holyoke Police Department states that during the routine patrol at around 9:25 p.m. on Tuesday evening, officers observed an unoccupied vehicle on Elm Street with the windows slightly open. Inside, they saw a small gray puppy in distress, noting that the temperature outside was 81 degrees. During the observation, officers could also see marijuana and a firearm inside the vehicle. Short time later, a woman, later identified as Izada Gonzalez of Holyoke, approached the car and attempted to get in. As officers stopped her, she stated that she had rented the car. That's not my puppy and my drugs.
I rented the puppy, too.
I rented everything. During the investigation, police took possession of the vehicle and had it towed pending a search warrant. The puppy was taken to the police station for care before it was handed over to the T.J. O'Connor Center. The following day, officers were granted the search warrant for the vehicle and found the following: an illegal semi-automatic firearm loaded with 7 rounds of ammunition.
Could have been the dog's.
I was thinking that, too. Did anybody check for the holster on the dog?
I don't know.
Hey, that doesn't look like a normal collar you got on there. What's that?
It's got bullets on the side of it.
I'm not saying nothing, man.
I want my lawyer.
Approximately 235 bags of fentanyl, more than 18 grams of crack cocaine, 16.9 grams of marijuana, $2,000, 8 high-end luxury watches. I mean, he was a watchdog. Huh?
That watchdog may do some serious time.
And a silver chain and 2 rings. Man, that dog was blinged out. On Thursday, Gonzalez showed up at the police station inquiring about her vehicle, and when she was placed under arrest. Gonzalez, who has prior convictions from Hampton Superior Court for firearms and heroin offenses, faces a slew of charges. They charged her all the things they found the dog with. And the dog is now being held in protective custody at the T.J. O'Connor Center.
In a crate.
Yeah. When my owner gets here, you're going to pay.
Meanwhile, he's got other dogs next to him. What you in here for, cuz?
Yeah, what you doing, huh? Well, I humped a bitch out in the park. That's what I did. You stay away from me, you animal. You monster. Again, I will ask, how did we get here?
I don't really know.
That's what I would like to know about it. Let's see. Girl Scouts of Massachusetts, girls from far and wide, are celebrating 100 years of Camp Lewis Perkins in South Hadley. A community-wide celebration was held on Saturday. Scouts brought their best campfire songs and s'more-making skills for the fire. A ton of activities were available, such as archery, scavenger hunts, and water games. The CEO of the Massachusetts Girl Scouts, Teresa Lynn, said spending time in nature has kept the Girl Scouts strong for so long. We have 4 camps in Central and Western Mass, and 3 of them are over 100 years old. So this model of getting girls out in nature, doing new things, developing confidence, singing songs, doing archery, swimming, boating, all of it, it does stand the test of time. I wonder, like, in scouting now, whether it be Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts, if there's an issue with cell phones. And then, like, you know, a Boy Scout not being able to identify poison ivy, but takes I got this plant identify app.
Right.
It'll tell me exactly what.
Well, I mean, your phone's got a compass.
Yeah.
Right?
That's what I mean.
That's standard.
Orienteering.
Orienteering, sure. I mean, if you want to find out, hey, one of my scoutmaster's not breathing, what should I do to clear his airway? Yeah. Well, you just go on the internet on your phone, assuming that at the camping jamboree you've got signal, and then you look it up. Maybe help you get your first aid merit badge.
That was my favorite merit badge, was orienteering. Because I'm a huge, like, geography nerd, like map nerd.
Really?
I like things like isthmus and isthmus. You ever know what an isthmus is?
Isn't that the 25th of December?
Yes, exactly. How did you know that?
Because they celebrate it every year.
It's the way Cindy Brady said Christmas. It's isthmus. And I like contour maps.
Do you really?
Yeah.
You like those old topographical maps with all the bumps and stuff?
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
those
you like
too.
those?
Yeah.
Look that up in your funkin' wagnalls.
You know, I always wanted a globe, and my parents would never get me one.
Why not?
I don't know.
Were they
one of the
flat earthers?
no, one of the reasons why was because we had an Encyclopedia Britannica.
It's not the
that
same.
they had bought in the 1970s.
You can't. First of all, the Earth is very different from the 1970s than it is today. Secondly, you can't get a good sense of the entire planet in a book. You got to look at a globe. It's round.
That's what I'm saying.
See how big those oceans are.
Yeah.
You see those little dots? They represent islands you're never going to go to.
Right. I always wanted what is it called? What's the? It's a globe, but what's the name of it?
The globe.
Yeah, I know. Isn't it like a special name for the thing on the globe?
The axis.
The axis.
The axis
yeah,
of the globe.
The axis of
Sure.
the globe. You get one of those things that makes it spin and all.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
stuff. Yeah. See.
And then you put your little magnetized army guys on there because it's like a metal globe and
Yeah.
you spin it wicked fast.
And you can pretend, yeah.
And you can pretend that like some sort of cataclysmic disaster's happening on the planet where army guys are flying all over the place because they hit that bar where the axis is holding it.
I always wanted to recreate that scene in Superman. What was it, 2 or I think it was 2?
Superman
2.
2?
Which one did he go back in time and he pushed the Earth back and then Lois Lane got saved from the car being crushed by the earthquake?
Boy, I want to say that's 1.
2, 3.
I don't know.
Well, either way, I never got.
By the way,
chance
that was
to
the
do
only
that.
realistic part of the entire movie.
Yeah, the only thing I ever got to do was pretend He-Man was walking through the desert with his nip bottle water canteens from the Seagram's gin. Those bottles stood the test of time.
Did you have him installed on his back so he could?
No, like a jetpack.
Yeah, a jetpack.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. The amount of things you could do with not real toys was absolutely amazing.
Matthew is telling us that it was Superman the movie 1978. So it was the first
It
one.
was the first one.
Yeah.
For some reason I thought it was the second one.
No. I don't know. I can't remember the second one all that well. I know the third one where Richard Pryor was involved.
Yes.
That was not their best effort. I didn't think.
Was that the one where Richard Pryor burned his face with a crack pipe?
Yes, that's the one.
And
then Superman busted down the door and with his superhuman breath, he blew the fire out.
Oh, see, I thought it was Richard Pryor did that, burned his face, and then became Harvey Dent.
That's Batman.
Batman versus Superman, wasn't it?
I think
you
it was
sure?
I do think it was one of the Batmans.
What about the Green Goblin? When did he come in and take over?
That's a good question. I don't recall.
As you can see, I'm a big fan of these comic book movies.
Hey, listen, I'm with you on that one.
Your Pioneer Valley forecast today is going to be a mix of sun and clouds with a high of 82. Tomorrow, rainy with a high of 75. It's 56 in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Aw, yeah.
Rock. Ho. Slow down.
The brakes on there, pal.
Slow down. Anyhow, it's 6:52 with Bax and Nagle and Rock 102.
Mix of sun and clouds today with a high of 82. Tomorrow, rainy with a high of 75. It is 56 in downtown Springfield.
This week on Baxi's Musical Podcast, my guest is Scott Fairs from the band Hollywood Stars. This is the second member of this band that I've talked to, Jeff Gerard, who was an original member of Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. This was his first band, and it was a band that was put together by Kim Fowley. Kim Fowley was a producer and a songwriter and kind of a dirtbag that put together the Runaways with Lita Ford and Joan Jett years ago. The story behind this band is absolutely tragic and exasperating, but fantastic all at the same time. It's a band that tried to record 2 debut albums back in the 70s. They were both put on the shelves, but songs from those records were sent to, without their knowledge, Alice Cooper and Kiss, and they wound up making lots of money on those songs. Well, these guys are back. They got the rights to their music. They've released those albums that are on the shelves. They got a brand new record that came out last Friday called Hey LA, and they are about to be at the Square Root in Boston on the 30th of July for their very first East Coast appearance ever. It's a really cool interview. It's available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and on the app. Brought to you by Metro Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram at Chicopee, and Rock 102 Springfield's Classic Rock.
Maybe we can do one of those Bax and O'Brien player things from one of the local community forums coming up.
Sure. You got something?
I got a couple of things. Seemingly, there's a weekly "What Was That Loud Boom" going off. That was in South Hadley yesterday. Somebody had turned me on to that and said, hey, check this out. And then there was another one of these people who find items and then be like, I got this person. It was a guy who was like holding up a card, it was like a debit card thing, but it wasn't really like a bank debit card. It was one of more like your parents can reload it kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay.
So this guy is like puts it on the forum and he's like, if anybody knows if this is anybody's card, I'm looking for this girl, DM me. Or you could just be a normal person and drop it off at the police station and say,
oh, yeah, no, you don't want to get the cops involved.
I mean, it's kind of creepy when you're asking people to DM you.
Yeah, DM me so we can meet in a parking lot where no one knows we're there.
A little too much on the creepy.
Yeah,
factor.
I'm all
so
set.
maybe we can do that a little bit later.
All right, sounds good.
What else is going on? I had I went to I dropped my oldest daughter off with my sisters. Remember I was telling you about this whole my sisters got together for a 3-day trip.
Oh, yeah. They wanted one of your kids to go with them?
Yeah.
And that didn't happen? Smart.
I dropped my daughter off with one of my sisters who was then going to go with her to spend some time singly with her.
Right.
And as we went to breakfast at this Greek restaurant in Poughkeepsie, New York, right?
Okay.
Very good place. Dutch's Diner or something like that. It's pretty good place. But as my sisters are arguing back and forth, I turn to my daughter and I'm like, aren't you glad you didn't go on the 3-day trip? Because it's like a little hen house. It's like,
did she answer the question?
She's like, thank you so much for not doing that. You know,
leave it to Dad to save the day.
We had a little discovery in our family though. My dad's parents, we've discovered that they were never married.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Because one of them's doing. There's always somebody who wants to do the genealogy thing, trying to figure out where things went wrong, along the way. Where was
ground zero in this family tree?
Yeah, where was the DNA split? Who had the extra chromosomes?
This tree is loaded with saps, but there's got to be a seed somewhere.
And then I guess she was doing some research, and there's no marriage certificate or divorce decree.
Wow.
Yeah. So, because all of that's public record.
Is it possible that your grandmother may have been,
You know what? I wouldn't put it past her to be.
I mean, not to make any judgments here. I'm just saying that, based upon the time and history, that she may have been seen as a,
Well, if you think about it, she would. Well, no, she was too young for that. But I was going to say she was part of the whoring 20s back in the 1920s.
I believe that's roaring 20s, Steve.
But she was the one who her claim to, like, she always wanted to be around, like, famous people.
Yeah.
And, like she was, I think they call them star effers. I think that's what they call, right? But she was like, we had lunch with Lucille Ball back in the day at Grand Central Station.
I don't mean to brag.
Yeah.
But there was one night I was at the Fontainebleau, and I had a magical night with Shemp Howard from the Three Stooges.
Yeah.
It was a magical evening I'll never forget as long as I live.
It was a very magical evening. But it's funny when you hear like things about your family, and you're like, wow, I always just thought they were married. But if there's no record, there has to have been a record somewhere.
Well, there would have been birth records.
I mean, you're talking,
but there's no. Well, you got to understand, because I mean, it is possible that records may not have been kept very well.
Yeah.
At whatever city or town hall those records were at. I mean, they could have been they could have burned, they could have been ruined in a flood. I mean, any number of things could have happened.
Yeah, but then like the divorce decree, that would have been available because that was in 2 separate states and 2
Well, that's the
separate
last
counties.
thing filed, so that's always in the top of the stack.
Right, and there was no record of that. So I think Grandma, she might have been a loosey goosey, if you know what I'm saying.
I should have stuck around with Shemp.
Helen had a good time. I'll tell you that.
She was Helen Wheels, is what she was.
Yeah, she was.
That's
Helen,
right.
all right.
6:59 to Rock 102.
The following takes place between 7 a.m. and 8 a.m.
Well, folks, that's it. The World Cup is finally over, and frankly, I think the United States did a pretty damn good job showing the rest of the planet what we're made of. Giving him a halftime show that included 67-year-old Madonna, Justin Bieber, BTS, Jason Sudeikis, that dude from Coldplay, and the Muppets. I ask you, what better way is there to celebrate American hospitality than with a halftime show like that? Add that to a warm, heartfelt midfield speech by 4-time Academy Award nominee Tom Cruise, and you begin to wonder whether it was the Muppets that offered the closest representation of an actual human performance on the entire bill. Hard to say for sure. However, I will say that Shakira, who is originally from Colombia, offered a far more enjoyable homage to the entire South American continent than Argentina did during the actual World Cup final itself. No offense to Lionel Messi, but Shakira looked a whole lot better on the field than the Argentinians did trying to defend their World Cup championship. Meanwhile, watching Messi and his team not take shots at the goal, not nearly as enjoyable as she was. I don't even know what song she was singing, and I don't even really care. All I know is that Spain picked up their second World Cup title in 16 years with a 1-0 shutout, and now it's all over. And so now that it's over, time to get back to our lives and focus on other things. The football preseason kicks off a month from now. The baseball season is underway. Even the Red Sox currently holding on to a 13-game winning streak. And while I watched a ton of soccer over the last few weeks, I think I'm ready to take a 4-year break. Next World Cup isn't scheduled for another 4 years, and of course next summer, it'll be the Women's World Cup, which will be hosted by Brazil, which is a full year away. Meanwhile, the rest of us will be stuck with Tom Cruise, Madonna, and the Muppets, which makes me wonder if there's anything really worth any of this. Apart from Muppets, I'd have to say I'm not so sure. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. If the lawn's a little wet, the mower deck gets caked with clippings and you want to flip the mower over upside down and clean it out. But that is a big no-no with a gas mower. But no problem with the Ego battery-powered mower. Now $729 at Rocky's, delivered and assembled. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch. Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 7:14, and Bruce Springsteen with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Gonna be mix of sun and clouds today. Nice day with a high of 82. Tomorrow, rainy with a high of 75. It is 56 right now in downtown Springfield. Did you ever steal anything from the self-checkout area at your local grocery store or any place that has a self-checkout kiosk?
Actually, Steve, if I admitted to it, I'm pretty sure that may be a violation of, 1, my parole, and then 2, it might be a statute of limitations violation.
Is it statute or statue?
Statue.
I thought there was a statue.
No, it's a statute.
Yeah. All right. Well, either way, you've at least thought about it, right?
Oh, yes, of course. I mean, there's some things at a grocery store that are very expensive.
Well, this pertains to Walmart. You might have even managed to take advantage of the self-checkout by bagging a couple items that failed to scan. Now, while it looks like that Walmart employee who should be watching you is scrolling on his or her phone, but are they? Huh?
Good question.
According to Geekspin, citing retail security experts, those handheld devices are part of Walmart's defense against theft. Well, unless you're playing Candy Crush, and then you're going to miss somebody stealing something. The devices, per the report, alerts employees when the system thinks something suspicious is about to happen at the self-checkout. Mm-hmm. I think this guy over here on Register 2 is getting a little handsy with the stuff. You might want to go over and interject.
Do you ever see it happen? I've seen it happen.
Stealing?
So I was I'm trying to remember which. This might have been the Walmart in Ware. This would have been a long time ago, probably about like 6 months ago. There's an older guy who is self-checking out, and we're behind him. Yeah, we're getting ready to self-checkout too. And what he's doing is he's only scanning half his items. One gets scanned, one comes around, doesn't get scanned into the bag. Another one gets scanned. It's like, every other item is getting scanned and every other item is not. So we're watching this. I'm going, well, we should be doing that.
No.
What a great scam that is. It's half off.
You don't want that kind of attention.
Well, this guy walked out of there without anybody interrupting him as far as I could tell. And I'm not the kind of guy who's necessarily going to be a tattletale just because someone happens to be breaking the law.
But because of all these facial recognition systems and whatnot, you have no idea what the camera might not just be watching you, but it could be taking biometric information, your facial recognition, so they can match that up. And I think Target has been doing this for years.
And they
fully out in the open, admitting that we take your face, and when you steal $10,000 worth of stuff, then we charge you with a felony.
Actually, isn't it even lower than that?
Probably, whatever the threshold is.
I think it's over $600.
Yeah, but they wait. They wait until you actually have the felony charge before they charge you because you're on all their properties.
Here's the thing about the criminal mind. When someone feels as though they're getting away with a crime, it motivates them to say, hey, I'm really good at crime. I'm going to continue this rash of crime because obviously I'm beating the system, when in fact the system is already onto you.
Yeah.
Doesn't take a whole lot for the system to kind of clamp down its powerful jaws around your throat.
Well, I shared with you that story about the grocery store that was watching this guy take items, but they realized, wait a minute, he's a Smart Club savings shopper. He spends a lot of money here. The amount of items that he stole was less than how much he spends per year, so they just sent him a warning saying, stop doing this.
Because in every other way, he's a wonderful customer.
Yes, except for those items that he was sneaking out on his cart below and not scanning them.
Oh, yeah, you got to look below.
Well, there's ways around things until you get caught doing them, But they know who you are. They're watching you everywhere. There's cameras everywhere, including flock cameras. That's another big thing that people are up in arms about these.
Flock. What the flock is that?
Well, it's one of those things, we've heard, I know over in Agawam, we had that counselor, Christine, in here talking about, she was talking about something unrelated, but now she's on this flock camera thing. Mm-hmm. Because it's taking all this data, and nobody knows where the data is going. It's taking facial recognitions, it's taking license plates, it's taking all of these things, and while people are like, but if one crime is prevented from, that whole giving up your liberties just for one thing to be happening for. And while there probably are some pros and cons to all of these things, it's more about the matter of these private companies. It's not it's not the locality in which it's placed in is getting the information. This is going to a company somewhere. They're offering the free cameras for the communities. Hey, we'll give you this free camera if we can take all this stuff.
Meanwhile, you have all these people who will say, if it solves but one misdemeanor crime in which that perpetrator will be out on the streets hours after his arrest, well, then it would have been worth it at the end.
Yes, and then all of a sudden you're taking your shoes off before you get on an airplane.
It's all related.
But this West Virginia guy has gone viral after being accused of destroying flock safety cameras. There's a lot of people who are vandalizing these things because they don't want them in their communities. Yeah. I saw one guy on TikTok. It would not be a good idea to shine a green laser in one of those flock cameras because apparently it malfunctions the camera. But I think you have to have a certain type of green laser. It's not just one you can order on Amazon.
Yeah.
You got to have some kind of industrial size thing or whatever it is to do that. But there's people who are encouraging people to destroy these things. You shouldn't do that because it is destruction of property, whether or not you agree with what the method that they're doing. it's not a good idea
Yeah.
to destroy these things.
You know, the problem is, and I don't think there's any way to get this figured out in the court of law, but most people aren't opting in to having their privacy used in that way.
That's kind of the problem.
If you were opting into it, let's say you're buying something online and it says it's got like two little boxes to check. Hey, would you like more advertising clogging your inbox about future things? If you click on that, well, then you have opted in. If you have not clicked in and you still wind up getting it anyway, you have not clicked in and you are involuntarily receiving marketing materials. Well, if you're not voluntarily allowing yourself to either be marketed to or followed or having your privacy compromised in some way, I'm surprised that no one has figured out a way to fight back on that. But but there must be some loophole that makes it really difficult to do, because now we've gotten to the point now where most people just, the assumption is I have no expectation of privacy, so why fight it?
Yeah, but the problem with that becomes is then you keep letting them do whatever they want to, and then all of a sudden, all the people who were conspiracy theorists going, they're going to put chips in our brain, they probably will put chips in your brain then afterwards because they know everything about you, and then they'll start marketing things. They're already doing it now with social media. The phone's listening to you.
Of course.
How many times? I was just talking with my lady friend last week about the Foxwoods theme song. You remember the Foxwoods theme song with Michael Bublé?
Oh, sure.
They don't run that anymore. They haven't run that in years. But here we are talking about it. It pops up on her phone like the next day, and then I just found it this morning.
Right.
Going through. It knows it's listening to your conversations. And
your phone will recall that conversation a lot longer than that lady friend of yours saying, all he ever wants to talk about is Michael Bublé.
Right. Well, when your For You feed is filled with Michael Bublé videos.
That's a red flag for most relationships.
Who is this guy? Anyway, Wesley Jackson of Gerardstown, West Virginia, was arrested July 16 following an investigation. He's been charged with damage, destruction, or theft of equipment used by emergency responders and conspiracy to commit a felony. He's suspected of stealing and damaging multiple flock safety automated license plate reader cameras in the Morgantown area on June 26th. When the local TV station shared a story about his arrest, the local TV station's Facebook post went viral with tens of thousands of shares, likes, and comments supporting Jackson. Many even claimed to offer an alibi. He was with me that day. You got the wrong guy. Another one said, he was saving my neighbor's dog from a fire all day. It couldn't be him. Free my boy. He ain't do it. We were playing Halo 2 at that time. This can't be the guy. We were both operating on the operating table together at the time. He gave me a kidney. I'll vouch for him. This man is innocent. I saw him serving at a soup kitchen at the time of the alleged incident. It couldn't have been him. We were out counting blades of grass in the field whenever you say he did this.
Well, I guess they got the wrong guy.
So, it goes on to say, the charges he's facing and everything like that. But there are enough people out there that are totally against these things that will vouch for some guy who vandalized or is accused of vandalizing a bunch of flock cameras.
We should all be that lucky to have so many people vouch for our character and whereabouts.
No. Couldn't have been him. He was listening to the Bax and Nagle show at the time.
And on the stream from tens of thousands of miles away.
Yeah, but was there a delay?
Oh, there was a delay.
That's where they get you.
725 at Rock 102.
In grocery store chains, and hands down, the funniest thing is when people try to steal beer, and they'll put a single item on top of it, like chips or a candy bar, trying to mask the 30-pack of beer that they're walking out the door with. Wait a minute, it's only $1.29 for a 30-pack of...
Wow.
Golden anniversary? That's crazy.
That sounds like a hell of a deal.
And then in defense of that guy with the flock camera, this guy says, that guy was helping push me in my wheelchair. Oh, I think this is the Hawkman. I think the Hawkman has it. Yes, it is.
It is
the
Hawkman.
Now has a phone.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, He does.
It's 7:29. We have news next till Rock 102. Rock 102. It's time for news brought to you by Aquapump, an expert in all water supply systems from the well to the pump and into the house. Here's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. A large police presence spotted tonight near train tracks in Springfield. By the way, this is from the 17th.
Isn't today the 20th?
Yes.
Well, isn't that story about tonight old?
It's a little outdated.
Okay.
And Western Mass News is working on getting you answers on what happened there. I'll tell you what happened.
What happened?
This was the scene when the Western Mass News crews arrived around 6:45 p.m. on the evening of July 17th. Multiple police cars were in the area of 45 Warwick Street, and an ambulance was on the scene. Springfield police did confirm with Western Mass News that they were conducting an investigation, and there are no further details.
Steve, are there any further details?
I would like to say that there are.
Because I've been waiting for 3 days for further details, and I've heard not one.
But you ain't going to get them at all. We were just talking about these. Southwick officials responded to privacy concerns over new traffic cameras in town. Leaders said the cameras aren't live yet and policies are still being finalized. People Western Mass News spoke with on Friday were really split about it. Some said this could help in situations like a stolen car, but others say they're not comfortable with cameras tracking drivers in the name of public safety. I think we should fight back and know your election and know elections have consequences. We can vote these people out. That was one of the town's goers.
Well, good luck with that.
It was a mixed reaction in Southwick after the town voted months ago in open session to accept the public safety grant that includes traffic camera technology. Southwick Police Chief Rhett Banish said Southwick received just under $30,000 in federal funding, enough to pay for the system for 5 years. And for 5 years, it'll be so nice. Lord, it was lovey-dovey. He said it's a Motorola system and the information would stay inside a closed network. Town officials said if it moves forward, it would be used for law enforcement, like helping find stolen vehicles or supporting investigations. Officials said the cameras would likely go up on main roads in and out of town, but they won't be installed until the Select Board signs off on a final policy.
And the negative parts of the story would be what?
I mean, we already talked about, the data collection and all this other stuff in private companies. I don't know enough about this particular situation, if they had voted on it and said the information would stay in town. But again, you really should show up to your local town meetings and stuff. Well, if you're opposed to something, you have every right to be opposed to something like that. And if you have enough people that are opposed to something, it wouldn't be passed if it was. Steve,
I got a life to live, and I can't be outraged all day, every day. I got my own stuff to worry about, and I will only offer my outrage when it is convenient for me to do so.
Yeah, but I just find it amusing when people are like, oh, my God, how could you let this happen? You didn't show up. You got to show up. You got to pay attention because they'll try to float anything past you if they can.
Of course they will. That's what the local governments do. You got to participate.
A hit-and-run crash early Saturday morning damaged Mac the Dragon, a sculpture that has stood in front of the Munson House of Art for years and served as a community landmark. Police said the vehicle struck the multi-ton structure, knocking it off its granite base, crushing its wings, and snapping off a foot. Authorities are reviewing surveillance footage in connection with the crash. Mac's creator, Peter Mayberry, spent 2 years building the sculpture. The 86-year-old Munson resident did not begin making art until he was nearly 60 years old. Before that, he worked as a farmer and a welder repairing rusted car frames. But somebody damaged this thing, and there's going to be hell to pay.
You didn't leave a note? Sorry I hit your dragon?
No. Mayberry and one of his sons planned to transport Mac back to the shop in Ware for repairs. He said he was confident in his son's abilities to do the repairs. He's just very good at repairing and welding things. So I know I can rely on him to bring it back where it was. But what kind of scumbag does that?
I don't know, Stephen. And honestly, if I accidentally hit something that was on your lawn, I would probably have. I don't know. I'd probably feel compelled to at least fess up to at least part of it. Well, yeah, I hit your dragon, but I had the right of way.
Yeah.
You know, your dragon was driving without a license. Those kinds of things.
Remember, the dragon wasn't wearing reflective clothing.
Perfectly good argument.
Nighttime.
I could have used that one.
Yeah.
I mean, well, it had been me.
Yeah, had it been you.
It was not me. I rarely ever get myself up to that area of Munson.
Well, have you been to where?
Where?
Yeah. 2 suspects have been arrested after a search warrant was executed on a Ware apartment.
Where apartment?
Their apartment. Ware police.
Where police?
Their police said a search warrant was executed at an Otis Avenue apartment Wednesday afternoon. The warrant, they explained, was aimed at recovering stolen property and was believed to be in the apartment. When officers entered, they were reportedly confronted by 26-year-old Jacob Alasakis of Ware, who was hiding in a bedroom and then moved towards police brandishing a knife. And then they said, "That's not a knife. This is a knife."
Right.
After de-escalating the situation, Alasakis was arrested on charges involving breaking and entering in the nighttime for felony, conspiracy, possession of ammunition without an FID card, yada, 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 and receiving stolen property over $1,200. Andrew Contino was also arrested during the search on charges of possession of a Class B drug, breaking and entering. Alasakis was held without bail, while Contino was held set at $1,000. Arraignments were... Day was this story? July 16th.
Wasn't that 4 days ago?
Yeah, and it says they'll be arraigned on Thursday.
Does that mean this Thursday or last Thursday?
I'm guessing it was last Thursday. When was the 16th? What day was that?
Well, wouldn't that have been
Wednesday?
That would have been Thursday.
Thursday. So when they say they'll be arraigned Thursday, were they talking about that particular day, or they were talking about this upcoming Thursday?
Well, when you report a story on a Thursday and you say he's going to be arraigned on a Thursday, I would assume that's next Thursday. Otherwise, they would have said he's going to be arraigned today or tomorrow.
Yeah. Or next week.
It might be helpful.
Or the date. Just put the date down.
Right. I was going to say, like, even if it's in like parentheses, at least that one we know, what day you're talking about. Because I mean, I got a calendar of events. I got a schedule to keep.
Yeah.
How do I know? Think about this. Let's say you're the accused.
Yeah.
And they're telling you on Wednesday afternoon, you need to go to court on Thursday. Well, is that tomorrow or the following Thursday?
It's just Thursday.
Well, because if it's tomorrow and I'm under the assumption it's the next Thursday and I don't show up tomorrow because I'm thinking it's a whole week away.
I can't.
Then you're setting me up to fail.
I can't follow your cop calendar. These cop calendars don't work for me.
Give me a date. Don't just say Thursday.
Can you set up a reminder on my iPhone calendar? I'm
not really good with the phone, but if you could do it, that'd be terrific.
The one that never really reminds you until it's actually happening. Do you ever have that happen to you?
You can set it up to alert you in advance.
Yeah, there's just too many buttons to push there. Siri doesn't understand what I say to her sometimes.
I try not to badmouth her just in case.
Well, I mean, she's a lady.
She's not doing me any
she's
good.
Really listening to anything you say? I mean...
But if I don't listen to her, all of a sudden, then I'm a jerk.
That's the ironic thing about the phones.
Yeah.
They're female-based. Alexa, Siri, whoever, they're listening to your conversation.
That's what notifications are for.
Of course they are. What, the notifications?
Yeah, it's the nagging function of the phone.
Don't forget to... I remember I told you had to do this. You told me to tell you, and here I am. Longmeadow police need your help right now to identify a motorbike rider. If you recognize the person on the bike on your screen now, let Longmeadow police know immediately. It's this guy driving across a golf course. Now, I don't know if that's Longmeadow Country Club or Twin Hill. Is it Twin Hills is the other one?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know which course that is. But, man, that's a gimme right there.
Where is this story?
On Western Mass News.
All right. Well, let me see if I can identify this guy.
I don't think anybody can identify that guy. He's wearing a helmet, and the camera is too far off in the distance. This is somebody who is clearly at the tee, ready to tee off. And they see this guy driving by, so they snap a picture of him.
Yeah, no, he's not. From what I'm seeing, not all that familiar.
Well, which club is over by the Wolf Swamp area? Is that Twin Hills or
that's Twin Hills?
Okay. So there you go.
Yes.
He's riding around the course on a dirt bike.
Is he at least staying on the cart paths?
No, he's not. He's
bastard.
Yeah, he's driving all over that green in the fairway.
Is he wearing a collared shirt?
No, but he is wearing a helmet, so I'll give him points for safety.
Soft spikes?
I don't know. No soft spikes.
This guy should be prosecuted to the full extent of the golf law.
He's a monster.
He's not human. I mean, Twin Hills without a collared shirt.
You know what? Karma will get you. You wait 30 years from now, and he'll develop some weird cancer from all the pesticides they were putting down on the golf course.
You, sir, are not welcome at Twin Hills.
And that's how they know when you file the claim for Roundup. Wait a minute. The only one that was using Roundup was that golf course back in the 2026. While we don't know what Western Mass will be like in the year 2076, East Longmeadow neighbors will have an idea what their town looks like 50 years from now. On last Thursday, East Longmeadow buried a time capsule in Heritage Park filled with memorabilia submitted by people in town. The project spearheaded by the Historical Commission to preserve history and show those in the future a snapshot of what our lives look like today.
There'll be deposit slips from every bank in town.
They have Greg Neffinger's plans from a mosque that he threatened to build in town.
There's that.
The 2026.
Can you imagine, like 50 years from now, people from East Longmeadow look at this time capsule and said, "Man, only 30 banks? How did we survive?"
Yeah, whoa. How many banks were here? And they're all buried now by drive-through restaurants? They'll never have a drive-through in East Longmeadow. You think in 2076 there'll be at least one drive-through that's not a bank?
Yeah. It'd be a drive-through right in the middle of the Rotary.
The 2026 time capsule is now buried in the same place where the one from 1976 was dug up in May. The chair of the commission, Christine Devlin, shared what was found in that 76 capsule and what this year's capsule will be like a half a century from now. In the 1976 capsule, we found things such as cassette tapes, 8mm film, old photographs, and letters.
What cassettes of what? What album?
It's the best of Bax and O'Brien.
We weren't around in 76.
No, this time.
Oh, this one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's worth it.
They're putting it in now.
No, I'm thinking like, what cassette was available in 1976 that they put in the hole?
I don't know. What was the top? Let me see. What's top albums of 1976? 1976. List of Chicago.
Okay.
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh, that's a good one.
Bob Dylan, the Eagles.
I would have put Songs in the Key of Life in there. That would have been the one I would have done.
Peter Frampton, Frampton Comes Alive.
Over Stevie Wonder? I don't think so.
Everybody had that album.
But everybody had the Stevie Wonder one, too.
Yeah. Songs in the Key of Life, right?
Great record.
Was that Sir Duke on there? Is that what that was? Yeah. Wings at the Speed of Sound.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, do you think they, now for this one, do you think they put anything in there from the old Rock 102 studio that was on Fisher Avenue?
Yeah, they put a piece of wood that was covered with black mold just to see how it would affect all the other things in the time capsule.
And this radioactive plant that was growing out of the gutter. They had all kinds of different things that they took from that building. So there you go. In 2076, they'll open the East Longmeadow time capsule. It'll be like time stood still.
Yeah, we'll never make it.
Your Pioneer Valley forecast today going to be sunny with a high of 81. Tomorrow, rainy with a high of 76. It's 63 in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah.
It's 7:55 at Rock 102.
I think it's that machine over there because I was having issues with that the other day where the thing just kept rolling into something that I didn't want it to roll into.
Well, I would have been more than happy to play that Rolling Stone song for you, but no.
Usually I would channel my old man who would say, it's not the wheel behind the nut, it's the nut behind the wheel.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
Anyway.
Pat Kelly and the Rock 102 Road Crew are going to be a free music Friday this Friday from 7 to 9 at the Plaza at MGM Springfield. Enjoy live outdoor music all summer long at MGM Springfield. This week, it's Mulatto, Springfield's top band in R&B, funk, and more. It's a really good band, taking the stage at 7:30. Quench your thirst with refreshing beverages from the Plaza Bar or craft beer from White Lion. And plus all those great foods from various local food trucks. It's this Friday at MGM with Pat and the Road Crew from Rock 102 Springfield's Classic Rock.
I wish I could go, but I'll be spending time in lovely Tewksbury, Massachusetts this
Softball?
weekend. Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Softball for life.
You're going to love Tewksbury and all that it has to offer.
We went to East Hartford over the weekend.
Okay.
The Pratt & Whitney by Rentschler Field.
Sure.
What is Rentschler Field anyway? What is that for? Is that...
That's for UConn football.
Okay.
I think at one point it was maybe considered to be a potential home of the Patriots had Bob Kraft moved them to Hartford.
Ah, okay. Well, now I just learned something.
Or is that Adrian's Landing? I'm trying to remember.
Who knows? But either way, the fields were right near there. Not a whole lot going on. I'm becoming a softball field snob now.
Do you have your favorites or not so much yet?
Ironically, so far, the Rhode Island one was the nicest complex that they had going there. They had these 4 fields like back to each other.
Yep.
Which was great because then you got, then you can just walk to the next field over. This over here, they gave us a map and they're like, all right, we're on field 5 today. And I'm looking at the map, right?
Yeah.
It goes field 1, field 2, field 3, field 4, field 6, and field 7.
Did they skip one?
Yeah, they skipped 5. The one that we were supposed to be at.
I see.
And it was like this confusion as to where field. So, and on the map, the one that's labeled field 3 was in fact field 5. There is no field 7. Whoever made that map up was lying.
Why don't they just rename the other fields?
I have no idea. And it would be very helpful if you put a sign on the backdrop of the thing saying whatever number field it is.
That would make sense, Steve. And as you know, those in charge of youth sports don't always take that into account.
All it is a Sharpie and a piece of paper that says, this is what the field that you're looking for.
Even a piece of cardboard from a box you got at Amazon would be a great place to put that information down on. Just stick it on the ground, and there you go. Everyone knows.
Absolutely.
Simple.
But no, couldn't even get that. I don't know.
It's just about 7:59 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. To Springfield's Classic Rock, 8:14 and Quiet Riot with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
We're very late today. What's going on?
I don't know. I can't figure it out.
I've been trying to get off before the time, but maybe the news went over. I don't know.
The news went a little bit long, but
a little long.
But not terribly long. It's okay.
By the way, since we're not going to be here Fridays for the next couple of weeks, there was Cake Day on this past Friday.
Oh, there was?
Yeah, and I didn't realize after I had ordered the cake.
So who picked up the cake?
Well, the Cake Prince, the Sovereign Cake Prince.
Oh yeah, right.
She picked it up, the cake.
Wouldn't she be a princess?
No. She insisted on being the Sovereign Cake Prince. I'm going to leave it at that.
Okay. I got a question.
So she picked it up, and they got it, and there was nobody's birthday this month. And we had decided as the cake committee that we would pick whatever we wanted.
Okay.
Because that's in the rules. That's in the decree of the Cake Czar rules. The Grand Marnier cake is in the fridge right now.
Uncut?
No, they dove into it. They had the cake day.
Okay.
They had the birthday thing. And I had a slice of it earlier this morning.
I didn't know about any no cake.
Well, I'm telling you about it now.
Well, what good does it do me now?
Well, you'll be able to, during the next break, you'll be able to go over and get some.
Well, why don't you do a nice thing and cut me a slice?
I don't know. We have a producer. You should ask him. He should go cut you.
It's not in his job description to be cutting me cake.
It was never in my job description to be going to CVS to go get batteries, but here I was driving in my car up to the corner to get batteries for a remote control that didn't need to be replaced at that very
I wasn't
moment.
the one that put you up to that.
You're a co-conspirator in that
I
whole
had
thing.
nothing to do with that.
Yes.
I had nothing to do with that or telling you to go back home to get a T-shirt because he had sweat through his last T-shirt. I didn't do any of that stuff. I've never asked anything of you.
Well, I'm just saying there is options available for you. It was pretty good. It's like an orange cake.
Oh yeah,
with the double chocolate frosting all over the top of it, and what's the thin? I think they're almonds. Is it sliced almonds?
Sliced
almonds? Slivered almonds all around the inside of it, with
but
a nice
it's delicious.
little flower on the top.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It says "Happy July Birthday."
How much of this cake remains?
It's actually there's a good chunk of it left. There's plenty to go around.
Is the cheesecake still around?
I don't think no. The cheesecake was not in there anymore
because I never got a chance to get a cheesecake.
That has to be devoured within she was here Monday.
Oh, I'm not going to have like an old spoiled cheesecake. I'm just saying I for whatever reason I never got around to having it.
Well, maybe next time we can get a Stroop waffle cheesecake.
I mean, it sounded delicious.
Yeah, it was absolutely delicious.
I'm sure.
And but the Grand Marnier cake, that reminds me of that flavor up at Harold's, which they have now. The
chocolate orange.
Yeah, but I haven't been able to get up there. So I bet you by the time I get up there, they'll be out of the flavor again. It's like a chocolate orange ice cream.
It's not my favorite flavor. I mean, I think it's like like there's a certain percentage of people that when they have cilantro, it tastes like soap.
Yeah,
I think I'm kind of like one of those people where I could give it or leave it with the chocolate orange.
Okay,
I don't hate it, but it's like
all right. Well, I'm just
many other flavors that I would choose from.
Yeah, I know, but we hadn't had this one yet.
Yeah,
and I think we've had. Yeah, people tend to be repetitive. Well, I like that fruit cake again.
Remember the time, again, and all the cakes at La Fiorentina are fantastic. Remember we had a guy that ordered the rum cake?
Yeah.
And everyone thought, oh, how can we have rum cake in the middle of it's got to be 10 o'clock in the morning. We're all going to have rum cake. There was so little rum in it that it wasn't like one of these soaked cakes like you've talked about, like your dad making cake, like rum cake, and all of a sudden things like
3 inches of rum at the bottom of it.
3 inches of like 151.
Well, because it was a ring pan that you could not turn upside down to get the cake out, because if you did, you would have rum all over the countertop.
Right, of course.
Because there was so much rum in there.
Yes. That wasn't this cake. This cake just had the essence of rum, and it was delicious.
Yeah.
You have any idea how much cake you'd have to get drunk off a rum cake that wasn't made by your father?
Yeah,
you'd have to have like 2 or 3 of those cakes.
Well, it's like drinking an NA beer. You'd have to have 40 of them in less than an hour to get drunk.
And no one's drinking at a clip like that.
Nobody?
Not anymore. I mean, if you really want to drink 40 non-alcoholic beers, you might as well just stick with the regular beers for a fraction of the cost.
Yeah, but the point is to get drunk, and there's a little bit of alcohol enough.
But why drink non-alcoholic beer if the end game is to get drunk?
If it's all you have, and that's all you can do, when are they going to make non-alcoholic gin or non-alcoholic tequila?
I don't know.
That would be a good addition. But either way, there's a Grand Marnier cake in there. It's got your name not on it anywhere, but you could have some.
Well, maybe if I get around to it today on my very busy schedule, I'll go grab a piece.
Yeah, I like a good. I like what I had over the weekend, because we like talking about food. At this Greek diner I was at in Poughkeepsie today. It was a tomato Benedict, right? But it was fried tomatoes, but not green tomatoes. It was fried red tomatoes.
Okay,
it was absolutely delicious.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I didn't
with
think
the
fried
hollandaise sauce on top of it.
Hollandaise,
wow,
and some sausage,
nice,
and some potatoes. It was very good.
That sounds terrific.
I never thought they made like fried regular tomatoes.
Why wouldn't you?
I don't know. I always had the green kind. fried green tomato.
Yeah, you can fry a red tomato like you could any other tomato.
By the way, just random things here. Today in 1969, a man walked on the moon.
Oh, was that today?
Yeah. Neil Armstrong became the first person to walk on the moon during NASA's Apollo 11 mission. Buzz Aldrin joined him about 20 minutes later, becoming the second person to walk on the lunar surface. The only thing I think of when I think of this is Norm Macdonald talking about whoever that third astronaut
Michael
was.
Collins.
Michael Collins. Michael Collins is sitting there going, hey, what do you mean? I can't get out and walk with you? And he goes into this whole bit about what it was like to be Michael Collins, who never got to get out of the spacecraft.
The other part of that is like apparently there have been like 7 people who have walked on the moon.
Yeah.
And the only 2 you remember are Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong.
Because they were the first.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So it's like you're like one of 7 people in the entire history of the world that's walked on the moon, and no one can remember the guy who is 7th in line. Like, what do I got to do? What else do I have to do to get a little recognition in this room?
Yeah, when you walk
I've walked on the moon.
You go to a cocktail party and you're like, I walked on the moon. What's your name? And Puddingtame.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Well, ask me again and I'll tell you the same. But it's like, no, you didn't.
Yeah, get a load of this guy.
There was only 2 guys that I know of that walked on the moon. That was Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin. You're making it up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah? Show me pictures. You
Yeah.
took a selfie while you were there?
The moonwalk lasted about 2.5 hours before the astronauts returned to the lunar module. 2.5 hours? What are you doing out there for 2.5 hours?
You're picking up dirt samples. You're grabbing rocks. It's pretty much it.
See, I would be like, Chevy Chase, like running to each national monument, taking a quick picture, and then getting back in the car.
Yeah,
and leaving.
right.
I'd be doing that. I'd be like, we don't have time for that. I want to beat the traffic.
If the TikTok conspiracy, tinfoil hat wearing nutcases are to be believed,
Yeah.
Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong saw some stuff up there.
Yeah? Like what?
That they never, ever talked about.
Well, I mean, they were on a movie set.
Structures. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Stanley Kubrick put this whole thing together.
A craft services table with chips and donuts and stuff.
How does a flag wave in the wind when there's no wind on the moon, Bax?
Because the top of the flag had a rod in it to give the illusion that it was straight so you could see it.
Oh, you got an answer for everything, don't you?
Well, yes, I do, Steve, because I believe the moon landing was real, not some sort of fabrication from Stanley Kubrick,
Well,
who I think is one maybe the most overrated filmmakers of all time. Now, you give me like a Martin Scorsese or something like that, and Joe Pesci comes out from behind a moon rock and says, "Hey, what are we doing over here?
hey, what are we doing over here? Moon Rock looking at me the wrong way?
See, Joe Pesci, Robert De Niro, that would have been the perfect moon landing.
See, I would have preferred a David, who's the Twin Peaks guy?
Oh, David Lynch?
David Lynch.
Right.
A David Lynch thing. And have,
Yes, like a racer head comes out of a crater.
like Dennis Hopper standing on the moon, sucking in nitrous and saying, Mommy. He wanted Mommy to take care of him.
It's 8:25 on Rock 102. With Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news brought to you by Jordan's Furniture. What's better than new furniture for your home? Not waiting for the tax-free weekend to get it. Right now, at Jordan, save 50% off everything or get 60-month financing with no interest. Here's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration said Sunday that a sample of shredded iceberg lettuce produced by Taylor Farm subsidiary in Mexico that tested positive for cyclospora was a false alarm. Due to the complexity and detection of cyclospora, FDA lab experts re-reviewed the sample results and concluded that the finding does not represent true amplification and should be considered a false positive. Information about the sample has been removed from the July 18, 2026 update. The FDA has notified Taylor Farms and continues working with the firm to ensure product implicated in this outbreak has been removed from the market. FDA and state partners continue to collect and analyze product samples.
Actually, Steve, in this case, it is analyzed.
Actually, in this case, it's definitely analyzed. This is the explosive diarrhea that people are getting from eating this said lettuce.
Well, but if they're saying it's not the lettuce,
it's so
then what is it?
Confusing, though. Like, when you're pumping out information because of the news cycle that we have, you're never going to find the actual answer, because everybody's got a different version of where this lettuce came from. You talk to one person, they're like, it all came from Taco Bell. And then you talk about, we get our lettuce from Taylor Farms. And then Taylor Farms is like, no, this was a fake thing. This didn't happen. We didn't get the FDA apologized to us and said they were wrong. Nobody really knows where it's coming from.
And you can't fingerprint for that kind of thing, really.
Well, I mean, the aftermath of the evidence, you probably could.
Well, I mean, I'm sure that everyone that has gone through this period of explosive intestinal distress is probably happy to know they can start eating salads again.
Yeah, I'm happy this has not happened yet.
Well, Steve, I'm sure that somewhere down the road in your life you may be the victim of some sort of tainted vegetable.
I have. It wasn't a vegetable. It was a sandwich that I was in New Orleans with years ago. I think I told you this story.
Yes.
And we had, whenever you see a sign that says the cheapest lunch in town, you just stay away from that. Because I had the French dip at said restaurant. I don't even know what the name of the restaurant was. But for $5.
It was Sal Manila's.
Yeah. Oh, you've been there before.
Sal Manila's Cafe.
And I ate half the sandwich. And then we were going back to our hotel, which had a refrigerator. So I'm like, I'll just take this back to the hotel. We're only going to be out for, 10 more minutes walk back to the hotel. So as I'm walking down the hotel, they got all these street performers performing in the French Quarter in New Orleans. Mm-hmm. And the Silver Cowboy. You've seen people dressed like that before with all the silver makeup on, and then the guy's like a mime. Right. He does all these things. He breaks character and goes, "Hey, you gonna eat that?" He didn't even know what it was. And I'm like, "It's a French dip." And he's like, "You gonna eat that?" Uh-huh. And I go, "No, here you go." And I gave it to him. Because, again, it was the cheapest lunch in the city. I could part with it, right? I never saw that cowboy again because I got back to the hotel. Yeah. And so it was within, 30 minutes of consuming this thing that it was a trip damperer, if you will.
Okay, so 30 minutes. I mean, I suppose that gives you enough time for it to start churning into something awful. But that's a pretty brief period of time. That thing must have been very, very tainted.
Well, the stomach pain started about 30 minutes. It was about an hour and a half later that things started going awry to the point where I was, using both the bowl and the trash can at the same time.
Food poisoning is just about the worst I've ever physically felt.
Yeah, but never saw the Silver Cowboy after that. The whole rest of the trip.
I'm sure he was asked to never come back to that street corner ever again.
I thought this was silver paint.
No.
What's all this? What's all this?
And, following Katrina, I think the people of New Orleans had suffered quite enough.
Yeah, they probably have.
But your Silver Cowboy explode right there in Bourbon Street.
Oh, this guy, this Hurricane Silver Cowboy came in and dusted the place up. Just for the final
what he
touch.
wouldn't have given for a Super Bowl.
Yeah. Granby firefighters, Massachusetts, by the way, responded to the Notch on Sunday after a hiker got lost in the woods. Officials say crews were able to make contact with the safe hiker and began leading them out of the area. Are you calling them a safe hiker?
Or the hiker that is now safe?
Now safe. Because if it was a safe hiker,
they wouldn't have got lost.
They wouldn't have got lost in the woods. No injuries were reported, and no other information was reported on there. Let's see. We did the time capsule thing, the dirt bike. Oh, this is the big one. You ready? Mm-hmm. The Big E is enlisting local students to reimagine its farm mascot, Chick E, in honor of America's 250th birthday. 5 Pioneer Valley high schools, Agawam, Holyoke, Westfield, and West Springfield, and Pope Francis, have each designed a hand-painted patriotic Chick-E statue that will be displayed during this year's fair from September 18th through October 4th. Pope Francis Prep statue, which is in progress, and on your screen now, which it is not on my screen. I believe this was meant for the broadcast television version of this. Is a multi-year collaboration started last school year and being finished by returning students. All 5 statues will be in the New England Center at the Big E, where fairgoers can vote on their favorite design.
Now, so the original design here is a young chick, like a chicken at a young age.
Yes. Wouldn't that be a chick, just a regular chick?
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Wouldn't like a butter cow be a better mascot?
I would think so.
I mean, chickens are great. Don't get me wrong, and I love chickens as much as the next fella. But you know, when you go to the Big E, I mean, there's cows, there's butter, loads of butter.
This looks unpainted. Are you looking at the same thing that's unpainted?
What? Because I'm looking at Western Mass News here.
Yeah, I see this unpainted statue that looks like what you just described as a chick.
Yeah.
Like a small chick. But speaking of things that need to be painted, I don't know if you've seen this, and I don't know what the hell is going on in Connecticut. And I can't even say the title of this thing. It's a workshop.
Okay.
Called Glitz, and I cannot say the other word. Glitz and Blitz, let's just say.
Okay.
Right? You're painting and bedazzling ceramic vaginas. That's it. That's the workshop. Come hang out, get ridiculous, and leave with your beautifully inappropriate creation you'll be proudly displaying all day.
Now, is this a Facebook thing?
Yeah, it's like a paint and sip, but instead of like painting a portrait, you're painting the little man in the canoe.
So you're not painting like a vase full of flowers.
No, well, depending on if you consider that a flower.
I don't.
It's Saturday, August 8th from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Spice Cabinet on Turnpike Road in Wallingford. Your ticket includes all the paint, bedazzling materials and supplies and tools needed, and refreshments. What kind of refreshments are they serving at a Gina painting contest?
I don't know, but it does sound intriguing, doesn't it?
18 plus only, seats are limited. So if you want to get in on the Glitz and Blitz, even though Blitz is not the word, you could paint your own ceramic hoo-ha.
Boy, that's a conversation piece you put on your curio cabinet, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, here are my Yadros and my Precious Moment figurines, and here's a vagina I painted.
I was going to say, I never saw a Labubu that looked like that. Or a Beanie Baby. That's actually a pretty good little paint and sip thing. And apparently they did it with the other thing too, with the Thor hammers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you could have painted your own. That would have been more my speed.
Steve, I'd hate to go to one, but then not the other. So you'd have a matching set.
They should combine these nights and do a double. You charge a little more and you get both.
Mm-hmm. Now, are these... oh, God, I can't believe I'm going to say this. Are these created to size? Or are these just like generic type of sculptures?
I don't know if they're to scale. Is that what you're asking?
That's kind of what I'm asking.
I mean, they come in different shapes and sizes.
Well, they do naturally.
Yeah, right. So I don't know how you would scale it to whatever you wanted it to be.
Well, there's the whole plaster casting thing they used to do in the 60s and early 70s.
Yeah.
Where you got to sit there and get, plaster Parised.
Yeah. Oh, well, that was what that was?
That's what that was.
It wasn't spackle?
It was not, not a joint compound, if you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying.
But, you could have a big one, you could have a little one, and everything in between.
I think you'd want one a little bit oversized just for the conversation piece.
What's this one that says WVA? Well, that's weak vaginal acoustics. When there's an echo inside.
Hello.
Oh my God, look at the time. Your Pioneer Valley forecast today is going to be sunny with a high of 81. Tomorrow, rainy with a high of 76. It is 6-7 in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102.
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. 851 and Nirvana with Bax and Nagle and Rock 102.
It's going to be sunny today with a high of 81. Tomorrow, rainy with a high of 76. It's 6-7 in downtown Springfield.
So a few months ago, we did and unfortunately you were not there for this. I wish you were because you'd be blown away by it. The Hope Center for the Arts was the old city stage.
Yeah.
We used to do the live show there, and it was always a great place to do it. Well, Bob Bolduc, who owned Pride gas stations, bought this out and converted it into, kept it as a performance space, but used every inch of this building as like an educational, creative laboratory. So I mean, it's everything from theater and music and drama and creative writing. It's a phenomenal thing that he's done.
And it's a nonprofit too. It's a free program for people who can sign up for
right.
these things.
And they're still doing shows there. In fact, the theater part has been upgraded in ways that are absolutely mind-blowing. It's one of the most impressive turnarounds of a building in this area that I've ever seen.
How come he couldn't buy the Hippodrome?
Because the man only has so much money to go around. Next thing you'd be saying, hey, how about building a courthouse at some place that may have won the right bid? But that's a different story for a different day.
Story.
Great show is coming to the Hope Center of the Arts in Springfield on Friday, July 31st. Dwayne Betts and the Palmetto Motel, the Isle of Hope tour is coming to the Hope Center. Again, Friday, July 31st. Tickets are available now, but we could also give you a pair of tickets. 10th caller right now, 293-1021. Dwayne Betts going to put on a great show. There's no question about that. But when you see the facility, you will say, holy smokes, I can't believe this is the same place.
So the cool thing is we can actually say caller 10 right now, and we don't have to get off the air and rush everything because we have somebody answering the phones now.
Yeah, you'll be dealing with Matthew, and Matthew knows how to count to 10. It's one of the things we asked him during the interview process. Have you ever counted to 10 before? What are your qualifications and experience?
You know what?
In calling from 1 to 10.
I counted to banana, and you still hired me.
We were desperate.
Well, there was nobody else around at the time. Now, today, they have to compete with Zito and Kevin Johnson.
A lot of other inactives out there.
Adam Wrights, Bo Sullivan, Brad Shepard.
They're all out there.
Steve Forney.
Oh, sure.
John Bayback. Actually, no, John Bayback will die in that news studio.
He might want to at some point because he's the loneliest guy in town.
That's right.
Anyhow, with all that in mind, yes, 10th caller, 293-1021. Good luck to you.
You know, with John Bayback, great guy, and he loves doing that news job. Like, he loves doing the news. And I think when the time comes, and hopefully that's not anytime soon, but if it does happen, we can pretend to keep him alive, like Mitch McConnell. Which I'm convinced, by the way, this guy is dead.
It's hard to say for sure.
The best meme I saw was with Mitch McConnell in that checkered shirt that he's wearing with the pink. Looks like a picnic tablecloth next to Barry Wood. And if you don't know who Barry Wood is, just Google it. You'll see who he is.
Or maybe you don't want to.
Maybe you don't want to Google that.
But it won't take you very long to find him. That's for sure.
Well, he had a whole 20-minute conversation with the guy.
Well, I'm sure they had lots to talk about
before he left.
He's a real inspiration.
The whole we're like living a real life weekend at Bernie's here. It's just so odd. The whole thing is just.
How could he look like that one day and then look like that the following day.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
That's the most Photoshop thing I've ever seen.
And people are pointing out the abnormalities in those photos that he took. Like this guy, he looks like he's 20 years younger.
Right. In a day.
And in a week time span, he's up walking around a hospital with 2 different room numbers in the room.
I saw one. This is obviously one of those AI-driven videos where he's in bed.
Yeah.
He throws the covers up. There's all of a sudden there's mirror balls coming from the ceiling, and he's
like the disco thing that somebody put us in.
Yeah, he's dancing like actually he was break dancing. In fact,
break dancing,
spitting on the ground, the whole thing.
Yeah, well, he's got that. They call him the turtle. He's got that turtle shell on him that makes him spin around on the ground like that.
It's 8:56 on Rock 102.